Imagine, for a moment, what it would be like to have every vulnerability, every misunderstanding, and every struggle you face broadcast to the world without your consent. Picture someone who is isolated, misunderstood, and disabled. Someone whose mind doesn't process the world in the same way as others. He doesn't have close friends to defend him, no support network to explain or cushion the blow, and no way to push back against the tidal wave of attention that's about to crash over him. Now imagine that while this person is in public trying to navigate a confusing, overwhelming situation, someone decides to record him. Perhaps this person thinks it's funny or bizarre, or maybe they just want to capture something they find out of the ordinary. The camera's lens doesn't see context or pain, it only sees the spectacle. The man is visibly distressed, tangled in thoughts and fears he can't control. He says things that don't make sense to those around him. He's afraid. He thinks people want to hurt him, that he's in danger. His mind is racing, creating connections and threats that aren't real, but feel all too real to him. In his fear, he lashes out verbally and even physically, unable to regulate his emotions or communicate his needs. His words are a jumbled mix of paranoia, personal history, and misunderstood cultural references. In this moment, he's not just disabled, he's completely alone. The video goes viral. Millions watch it. People laugh, share it with friends, and make jokes. Memes are created, mocking his speech and actions. Some comment with cruel words, others simply use him as entertainment, a passing oddity to be consumed and forgotten. Very few people stop to consider that the man on the screen is a person with a life, fears, and feelings. Fewer still think about what it means for him to have this moment, his lowest point, seen by the world. There's no way for him to defend himself. There's no one to explain his situation, his disability, or the reasons behind his behavior. He becomes an object, a caricature, the butt of a joke that never seems to end. The laughter of strangers echoes in his mind, compounding his isolation and shame. He's now known everywhere for this one moment, a moment he didn't choose, didn't understand, and can never take back. Now consider how it would feel if the roles were reversed. Imagine if someone neurotypical, someone who fits in and is generally respected, had their most confusing, vulnerable moment filmed without context. Suppose this person, in a moment of intense emotional distress, said or did things that made no sense to anyone else. Imagine if that video was then shared online, watched by millions, and laughed at by people who don't know the story, don't care about the pain, and only want to be entertained. Imagine the humiliation, the fear, the sense of injustice, knowing that your most difficult moment is now public property, subject to ridicule and judgment. This is more than just a story about a viral video. It's a reflection on our capacity for empathy, or the lack of it, when we watch others struggle. It asks us to consider what it means to be human, to recognize the dignity in every person, especially those who are most vulnerable and misunderstood. It's an invitation to put ourselves in the shoes of someone who cannot defend themselves, to feel their fear, confusion, and pain, and to ask, is this the world we want to create? Or can we choose instead to be kinder, more understanding, and more compassionate to those who need it most?